2 million people in February 15th, 2003. 2 million people. Today, 30,000. I'm
Taking the piss, isn't it?
well.
We're taking the piss. What manner of people are we? We like to pretend we care. 2 million people from all sections of our society. Wasn't just the loony left, was it?
No, it was everybody.
Everybody.
There was people, lawyers in suits. There were judges. There were
Everybody.
professionals.
It's damn good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what? That was a long while afterwards. I've been here since 2nd of June 2001.
201.
A lot's happened. A bloody lot's happened. A lot of dying's gone on. A lot went on before I came here. We've been committing genocide against these people for 11 years when I came here. That was a recent date. We have been committing genocide against these people for getting on for 100 years now. David Lloyd George, one of our ex-prime ministers, we reserve the right to bomb the niggers, he said, back at the beginning of last century. He was referring to the people of Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran at the time. And we moved on a long way. Have people even noticed what's going on? Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, have they even noticed? Stop the war. Stop which war? Stop every war. Stop war. How about make peace? When are we going to put our efforts and our energy into making peace? Stop the war movement. Let's be positive. How about make the peace movement start? Mother Teresa said that. Yes, would you join this anti-war march? She says, no, I won't. But the first pro-peace campaign you have, I'm going to join, she says. And that's what we've been here since June the 2nd, 2001. Make peace, not war. That's what we said. Akil! Akil! I'm trying to give an interview here now. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk, and I'm going into a long fucking speech as ever. I know you do, but I'm bloody near dead. I've been repeating it forever. 2 million people took to the streets, and then they went home again and sat down. And the people started dying. I mean, big time, big time, big time. They were dying for a long while before that, but I mean big time. And people used to say to me, what can you do, Brian? They're going to do it anyway. What do you mean? Why didn't we come back with 5 million if 2 million wasn't enough? There was a lot of people waved them off on the coaches, that 2 million, wasn't there? Mm-hmm. There were big crowds waving off coaches from all parts of the country. A lot of people, the majority of our people, knew it was wrong. But the trouble is we didn't really look into it deeply enough to see how horrific. It's foul. Look. That's what we're doing to our neighbour's baby. Check it out. Depleted uranium munitions. It's our war material made of our nuclear waste. Look. This is what we're doing to the babies.
No, we're not doing that.
They have babies who look just like that in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, by the way. Babies who look just like that in Southeast Asia in many countries from Agent Orange. Babies who look just like that from Serbia, Sarajevo, Yugoslavia, Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq. Depleted uranium munitions. Our nuclear waste made into war material. What do you think of people who can do that to their neighbours' babies and say we're helping them? I've asked German TV that. Yes, we said Hitler was a bad bastard. When are we going to have the courage to look in the mirror, Britain? Look in the mirror. Oh, who did that, by the way? USA and UK. Bush and Blair, me and you. We did that. Our country did that to other people's babes. And we say we're helping them. Open your eyes.
You really think that?
Depleted uranium has a half-life of 4.5 billion years, the Royal Society tells us. We poison these people forever, their land forever, babies like that forever, because there was a bad bastard called Saddam Hussein, a bad bastard called Bush and Blair, and a bad bastard called me and you, because quite frankly we didn't do enough, did we? There was a crowd here earlier on, maybe 30,000. It started raining. They've gone home. The police ran away into their vehicles because they're very soft and tender people, you see. They're not made of sugar, but they think they can melt. They were sitting in all their people carriers, yeah?
Yeah, I saw that.
30,000. 2 million at least in Iraq. I say that's a conservative estimate. Conservative. I say it's a lot more. A lot more.
You're right. You're right across the road from Westminster Abbey.
The church.
Certainly, the church would have some input into, the things that you've been out here for 6 years.
Do you know what our church has been doing there for best part of 7 years? I've been here now. For best part of that 7 years, that church has been involved with them in trying to get rid of me. Nice, isn't it? Has anybody read my board? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. 2005 AD. Children, forgive us, for now we do. How can the children ever forgive us? Our war material, the babes, the innocents, it's the babies that are affected the most genetically, and the children.
And
And the church. Now what does Jesus Christ say? The murdered children, as you do to the least, you do to me. Jesus, he said those words. On my board, on my display, one of my boards that the police stole. Pax, USA, UK, shame, all God's children, all the same. And pictures of some of God's children and what the bombs do to them. Nice, isn't it? In this place called Afghanistan, this place called Iraq. What we're doing to other people's children with our bombs. And all the innocents have all been murdered. All on the strength of a sexy lie, eh? 45 minutes, Mr. Blair. I've given you this speech already. 45 minutes, Mr. Blair. 45 minutes, Mr. Blyer. Dodgy dossiers, plagiarised theses. 45 minutes, sexy lie. And for that, all the innocents have to die. Do they? And you and I are responsible for that. And you and I don't really care enough, do we? I'm looking at my people and I'm saying, are we human beings? How did the people of Germany ever turn a blind eye as what was happening in their midst? And what's happening with us? Well, it's okay, folks, because it's happening over there. We can't see it, can we? And the media is not showing us it. They don't show us the effects of the bombs on the babies, do they? They don't show us blowing the people to kingdom come over there, do they? They don't show what's going on.
Well, what we see over there eventually comes home to affect us at home, and I know
some of that shit's coming home in the lungs of our soldiers. Yeah. Some of that depleted uranium. You ask the ex-servicemen's association, and they'll tell you all the cancers, and their wives are having birth deformities as well. Not as terrible as what you see here, but what you see here is a sanitised version as well. I couldn't put up the worst pictures, awful pictures, what it does. But they're having birth deformities, but we wouldn't see babies like this in our country because we have abortion, don't we? And we wouldn't permit babies like this to come into the world. We wouldn't, would we? And when you look to see how, look at this baby. Zoom in on that little baby. What an angel, eh? Is that an angel?
Yeah.
A little angel, eh? And that's my baby, Maria. And that's her baby.
Granddaughter.
That's her baby, Jessica. Look at my baby, eh? Look at my baby's baby. And look at my neighbour's baby. How can I live with that? How can I call myself a father, a Christian, a human being, a British citizen, whose country is responsible for turning that into that? What are we, folks? Are we monsters or what? When are we going to wake up and open up? I've spoken to German TV and I said, I've had many German people come here and they tell me to this day, in their schools and in their colleges, they have to spend a lot of time learning about what we call the Holocaust, lest they ever forget. My country's never ever looked. We don't look at to see what we've done.
Mr. Hart,
You need to wait till we finish. You need to wait till we finish.
but that's not totally a poor responsibility, but something, yeah.